so cute. Are you shitting me? Capitalism really popped off today, lady.
And it has been a hot minute, but I am back. My name is Randy. I am a plant artist, and my specialty, hydroponic plant displays. This is my Morocco allocation. Now, I started this bad boy in a bubbler tube about 5 months ago. He's now sporting roots over 4 foot in length. Now, check this out. I think this is really cool. These roots got so long, and the fluffy tendrils that the oxygen causes the roots to create actually makes the roots float upward in the tube, and they kind of collected up here. And I wanted to bring the roots down into the tube to get more of a visual. So I braided the crazy things. Look at this, it's like a rope. I actually tied them around the air stone at the bottom, so it brings the roots down, and they're already starting to float and grow right back up in the tube. This is amazing. Hydroponic, it's so easy, it's so gorgeous. I don't grow plants, I grow art. Got so much to show you guys. Stay tuned.
This is how I care for all of my plants using the Blossom app. I recently brought this bird of paradise into my collection and wanted to make sure I gave it the best life possible. After snapping a few pictures, it was able to identify the plant and give me a bunch of care tips. I was really interested in how much water it needed, so I read up on it a bit and added the plant to my garden. Then I set a care reminder to water every 3 days. This app has saved so many of my plants, and you can get it from the link in my bio.
är det natt, en vidunderlig natt som vi kallar Bella.
Check out these insanely vigorous and healthy roots, guys. This is the sand propagation method. All it is lightly moist play sand. I dip my cuttings in a rooting hormone, and I close the container. I spritz them with water every couple of days. It takes the chances of mold way down. It takes fungus gnats out of the equation, and your success is going to go through the roof, and you can fit so many cuttings in a little area.
En vidunderlig natt som vi kallar Bella natten.
Acompáñame a plantar este terrario. Antes de que empiecen a preguntar dónde conseguí este cráneo, la respuesta es muy fácil, en el museo de arqueología más cercano. Una vez dentro debes preguntar dónde está el director y hablar con él. Explicas que quieres grabar un video para TikTok plantando un terrario y necesitas un cráneo. Muy amablemente él te indicará dónde está la sección de la antigua Roma. Ya en esa sección te dan a escoger entre emperadores, gladiadores o soldados. Lo que escojas ya dependerá de tus gustos y de tu presupuesto. Los emperadores están algo fuera de mi alcance. Así que escogí un gladiador que no le fue muy bien en el primer combate, por obvias razones. Estamos listos, que florezca en paz.
Un día eres joven y al otro día te enorgulleces de tu plantita que no mataste y está creciendo y triunfando en la vida.
telltale sign of when it's time to repot is roots coming out of the drainage holes. If your plant has outgrown its container, here's how you can repot it. First, carefully remove the pot and mix your soil. Gently tease the roots to break up the root ball and place the plant 3/4 of the way down into the container. Cover the roots to the top with soil and thoroughly water until you see water come out of the drainage hole. Then, patiently wait for new leaves to grow.
Let's try to revive this peace lily that I got on discount. I always start by removing any of the obvious dead leaves just so the plant has energy to put new growth elsewhere. Then I'm going to give her a fantastic little bath because her soil was dry, like drier than dry. I let her run under nice lukewarm water for a couple of minutes actually. After her bath, I let her drain and I put her aside until the morning. She was looking great the next morning, started lifting, I saw some new growth, and I did realize the pot might be too small, so I went ahead and I bought a new one. After cracking this nursery pot open to see exactly what I'm working with, I kind of thought I was in over my head. When I say root bound, I mean root bound. I punched out some drainage holes but decided I did want to add some more so I don't get root rot. So now I have 4. Fill her up with some nice chunky soil. I tried my best to get that root ball undone in my kitchen, but I needed to bring out the hose in the backyard to get all that old soil out. Her roots actually weren't that bad, it was just really crappy soil they used. Filled up the pot some more, gave her another really good shower. After her shower, I wiped all her leaves down with some at-home made bug spray. Gotta put down my little dish here because she's still draining. And she's gonna get nice bright light for the next couple of days so I can monitor her and see how she's doing. She was looking better, and I'll leave those dead leaves on for now just to see how she lifts in the next couple of days.
I'm moving soon and sold this gorgeous golden pot house to a lovely new owner. But first, I need to get her out of my apartment.
POV, you want to grow an avocado so you stick some toothpicks in it, right? Wrong. No, this method has such a low strike rate, takes forever, and looks ugly. So instead, try peeling the skin off, wrap it in some damp paper towel, chuck it in a reusable Ziploc bag, and then store them in the pantry. So the reason why you peel the skin off is because if you leave it on, it can go moldy really easy in the paper towel. So make sure you peel the skin off. But then after a couple of weeks, check on your avo, it should have a root, and then it's ready to be put in water. Now, sometimes they start to sprout early. If you look close enough at this one, you can see that the top of it is actually the sprout. It's a little bit fuzzy, but make sure you chuck the roots in water and then it'll start to grow and start to sprout. So this is exactly 1 week later, and then you can see that the roots are getting longer and the sprout is getting taller. Now, make sure that you're changing the water over every 10 to 14 days so it doesn't get murky. And now you can watch your avo grow so fast before your eyes, but make sure you leave any questions you have in the comments. And also don't forget to follow along for more tips and tricks.
Hi guys, this is the scarlet spiral flag, also known as the red button ginger. It is a commonly planted species due to its bright red coney structures. This cone is actually made out of tightly packed bracts, aka modified leaves. Yes, these are leaves. This little tube here that usually sticks out at the top of the cone is the actual flower of the plant. The flower contains a pool of sweet nectar, and it is apparently a favorite amongst our local sunbird species. Next time you visit your neighborhood garden, try looking out for the scarlet spiral flag and the wildlife around them.
I was watering one of my philodendrons in the shower and hoping it would help free the leaf. But then I got impatient.
So I know it might not look like it, but this is actually a mango and we're gonna grow it. Every single time I eat a mango, I can't throw it out. I have to grow it. So next time you eat a mango, clean the pip off and then get a pair of scissors and cut it open. We want the little bean looking thing, the forbidden cashew inside of this. This one already seems to be growing a little bit, but peel all the skin that's already on it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some damp paper towel, wrap it up in there and seal it in a Ziploc bag and put it somewhere cool and dry. I put mine in the pantry. These generally only take a couple of days to sprout, so make sure you follow to see how they turn out.
OMG, I found the best hack to get rid of thrips on my plants.
There's no better feeling than pulling a new plant out of your car and knowing you have absolutely zero fucking space for it in your home.
But I don't sleep enough without you, and I can't eat enough without you. If you don't speak, does that mean we're through? Don't like sneaky shit that you do.
Good boy's a liar, good boy's a liar. He doesn't see ya, you're not making money, boy.
I will grow under any conditions.
I think I'm allergic to tap water.
Come with me to detangle a 5-year-old plant. It is currently 7:35 in the morning and it's super foggy. Alright, 30 minutes later, we have made a ton of progress. Ignore all the leaves, there is casualties and war. But yeah, she's looking great. She's all strung out. But yeah, now I just have to move this 70-pound pot inside. Ooh. The saga continues with me putting this big ass plant in my camper. This is ridiculous. It's still going out the door. Look at this. It's way over there. So I mapped out where everything is gonna go. It's all gonna go on that beam. And then there's a whole bunch in that room I don't know what to do with, but I'm gonna have to show you in part 2.
My peace lily is so dramatic. When I leave for a week, you'd think that I haven't ever watered the plant. So after a little water, here she is 48 hours later. Need to remove some of these dead leaves and do a little pruning, but she's looking much better.
Shit for this one, but who's ready for some brutally honest plant parent tips? We are not holding back. Well, maybe a little. You are going to unalive some plants, like a lot. Watering schedules to me are kind of BS. Learning how to actually tell when a plant needs water will do you way more good than a schedule. Speaking of watering, no sitting water, please. I do not water these plants in this pot. I take it out and take it somewhere where it can properly drain. It's not just sitting there festering. You do not always need to repot new plants immediately. Besides changing the substrate, like going from soil to leca, these are my only reasons to ever really repot a plant. Essentially only if it's going to start declining or slowing down growth if it stays in that pot. And last, skip on those fertilizer sticks. If you want to fertilize, which you definitely don't have to, I personally recommend using a liquid so you can actually control how much food you're giving your plants. Let me know if you want a part 2, and have a good day.
Tip when looking at succulents at the grocery store. Always look for dropped leaves. Fell off this sad boy. Found 5 dropped leaves, but they don't all look good. These bent tips and squishy leaves are dead. I placed the plump, healthy leaves on soil. These should start to grow new plant babies when left in the warm shade. Soil optional.
Ever since I learned how easy it is to grow my own avocado tree, I've never bought an avocado at the store ever again. Okay, I'm just kidding, but I am going to show you how to grow your own indoor houseplant out of an avocado seed. The first thing you need is obviously an avocado seed. You're just going to wash that off really well with some water and then peel off the skin. Then you're going to grab a wet paper towel. You don't want it to be like dripping wet, but you do want it to be wet enough. And then you're just going to loosely wrap the avocado seed with that. Then you're going to want to put it in a moist Ziploc bag for about 4 to 8 weeks. Don't waste your avocado and come back for part 2.
How to get free plants in a few seconds. String of turtles. All you need to make a free plant out of this is a tiny broken piece like this. Sometimes it breaks off your own plant. Sometimes you can find these on the ground. Simply place your little strand in a bed of damp sphagnum moss or soil or perlite, and it will start to grow roots. And that is today's.
Found this dried up string of hearts on the ground of my hardware store. Soaked it. Chopped it. Put it on a bed of damp sphagnum moss. Left it for about 3 months. It grew roots and tubers. We finally planted it in soil, so it'll start growing really long.
Listen. I'm in love with just a